Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the GSMC Golf Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Garrison McDaniel, and we have a great show for you guys today. As always, we're going to jump right into our first segment talking about Davis Thompson's his record-setting win at the John Deere Classic, his first win of his PGA Tour career as well. Very impressive stuff from Davis Thompson. We're going to go over his scorecard, take a look at the biggest moments, the biggest spots for him. Our second segment, we'll be diving into the rest of the leaderboard at the John Deere Classic and superlatives from the weekend, talking about who had, of course, as always, best driver, best irons, best wedges, best putter, most surprising, and most disappointing from the weekend. Our third segment, we'll be talking about Keegan Bradley being named the 2025 U.S. Ryder Cup captain. Our fourth segment, we're going to be talking about rising stars on the PGA Tour and how fun the surge of young talent has been in the last few weeks. And then we'll be closing things off by giving you guys updated power rankings as we are going into our fourth major in a couple of weeks. We are now 10 days, less than 10 days, 9 days away, and in a few hours, 8 days away from the fourth and final major of the 2024 season. Can't believe this season has gone by this fast. I feel like we were talking about the PGA Championship at Valhalla literally yesterday. So, I mean, some crazy stuff, but it has been fun. It's been a very fun season, but it's coming to an end here, and we'll be talking all about that. But as always, before we get into any of that, guys, if you would like to become a bigger part of the show, bigger part of the podcast, use the tips and donations link at the gsmcpodcast.net. It does go a long way to help out the creators here at the GSMC Sports Network. So if you would be so kind, it would be very much appreciated. We're gonna get into our first segment of the night. With that being said, talking about Davis Thompson's win at the John Deere Classic. Very, very impressive win here for Davis Thompson. It comes off the back of, really 3 fantastic days where he just went out and won the day, really. At the John Deere Classic, it is a par 71. He finishes 28 under and sets a course tournament record for 4 days at a 28 under, passing I had it written down. I completely forget now. He did surpass somebody who set the record in 2018. I don't know why Tom Kim's coming to my brain. I don't think he played in this one in 2018, but he could have. Yeah, it's not coming to me. But 2018 was when the record was set. It stood for 6 years, and Davis Thompson breaks it this weekend. After, really 4 fantastic rounds of golf, he shot 63, 67, 62, 64 in the weekend when the stress and the nerves are at the height that they are all week. He absolutely won both days, and it was so impressive. He deserved this one, absolutely. So we're going to go look through round 1 here. That birdie that you see in hole 1 came off the back of just fantastic green play, and you're going to see this as a pattern for Davis Thompson this weekend. Fantastic around the green, fantastic when he got on the green. Great putter this guy is. So hole 1 is just a 1 putt after a 127 second shot that landed him in the middle of the green. It was about a 15 foot putt, and he sinks it. Same thing here at hole number 2. Hole number 2, I stand corrected. It's a par 5. First shot 314. Second shot 230 is a fantastic second shot that I found the front left side of this green, and then he has a 15-foot putt. He misses it just to within 1 foot and is able to put away that give me for a birdie. Hole 3, he had a 2 putt, and then here's where he really started. Hole 4, fantastic on the green. 5 and 6 were pars. 7, it is a fantastic tee shot on a par 3 that landed him with a 2. Getting a 2 on a scorecard in the front 9 of a tournament is always lovely, and he does do that. And then the back 9, it is another impressive, just bogey-free, very great golf scorecard here. On hole 10, it's a par 5 that he found himself into the rough, had a layup, but was able to put his second or his third shot within a foot of the pin. It's just very impressive what this guy was able to do the entire weekend, really controlling greens and regulation. When he got on the green, it was very controlled, and just all of these holes, it just shows how fantastic this guy really is playing right now. In recent weeks, he's been this good. First, this past week, a T2 at the Rocket Mortgage, a T9 at the U.S. Open, a T27 at the Memorial, T17 at the Charles Schwab, T2 at the Myrtle Beach. So about a 7-week stretch of golf where this guy has just absolutely dominated, and now we see it again here. Going back to his round 1 scorecard, 14, it's a par, 15 par, 16 par, 17, it's a birdie. He loved the par 5s this week and was able to go out there and really score on all of the par 5s that he faced, or most of the par 5s that he faced. He has an eagle on this card. Hole 3, or hole 12, but it was his third hole of the day, was where he found his first bogey of the entire weekend. He didn't have many bogeys. This was his worst round of the weekend because of the 3 bogeys. It's just tee shots that kind of went errant on all of them. On 12, on 4, on 8. Tee shot in a bunker, tee shot well off the green. I think he 2 or 3 putts. He 3 putts on hole 8. He gets a 3 putt on hole 4, and he gets a 2 putt on hole 12. It's just not perfect, but it's still pretty good play from him on the round 2, and it put him at the top end of the leaderboard. The leaderboard after day 2, it was like Aaron Rye was up there. I think Aaron Rye was up there. Denny McCarthy was up there, and then of course Hayden Springer after his round that he found a 59 on, that we'll be talking about in the next segment. But his second round, not too much to talk about. It wasn't fantastic, but an eagle on hole 2 showed us what he really could do on this hole. This is close to the result we saw in round 1. Pretty similarly played by him. Just a little bit different, and he wasn't able to get the eagle in round 1, but able to do so in round 2. Round 3 now for him is a almost perfect round of golf. He finds 5 birdies on the front 9 and 4 birdies on the back 9 for 9 under on the day. It's one of the best scores that we saw on the entire weekend, a 62. This put him at the top of the leaderboard heading into round 4. Birdie on 1, birdie on 2, love the par 5s. Like I said, this guy was driving the ball better than anybody this week, or not better than anybody. He didn't get the best driver, but he was driving the ball so well. Had a 371-yard drive on the second hole on round 3. Of course, this was downhill, downwind, so that added a lot of run and a lot of distance to the golf ball. However, it's still so impressive that what he was able to do with it. And then it's still a birdie on 2, which is very impressive. A birdie on 5, one of the harder holes on the golf course. Birdie on 6, birdie on 8, the hole that he bogeyed on in the previous round. So got a little bit of redemption. And then the back 9, it's almost perfect as well. A fantastic tee shot that landed within 6 inches of the hole on hole 12. That one was so impressive. That hole 12 tee shot was almost a hole-in-one, and tell me an ace wouldn't have looked good on the scorecard. That started a run of 3 straight birdies in 12, 13, and 14, and it's just fantastic play. Almost drove the green on the par 4 14th. Unfortunately for him, wasn't able to do it with the back left pin position. However, was able to put it in the green side bunker and able to scramble up and down for a birdie. If you're able to get up and down for a birdie, you're playing some pretty dang good golf. 15 par, 16 par to his 17th hole, where he does get a birdie on a par 5, but it's such a weird way to play this par 5. I don't think anybody played it. He hit it into the left rough and then ended on the left. So there's a split fairway here. He hit it from the right fairway, left rough of that right fairway onto the other fairway to lay up to get his birdie here. Very smart golf by Davis Thompson, a young golfer who is looking to really make a noise in on the PGA Tour. Of course, now has a PGA Tour card for the next 2 years. Davis Thompson is a name that we might be seeing pop up all over the place. He's only 25 years old and doing stuff like this. And then in the fourth and final round of the weekend, look at that front nine. It's a 29 on the front nine for this guy to absolutely just bury the competition. And that's absolutely what he buried the competition on Sunday. There was opportunities for other guys like Michael Thorbjornsen was close, like Nick Clan was close, CT Pan, well, I mean these guys were close, but I mean no cigar. That front nine, it killed everybody else. Davis Thompson then played some of the best in the lead golf I've seen. Was at a .7 under through 10 holes on the day. Just crazy golf, but playing very safe, conservative golf for the rest of the round. Just hitting fairways, not getting too aggressive, and putting this one to bed. Davis Thompson is now a winner on the PGA Tour. This is like our 40th first-time winner of the season. Not exactly. That is an exaggeration. But seriously, this season has been full of the youngsters coming up, and we're going to be talking about it in our fourth segment. This tournament showcased a lot of the youngsters that are coming up, but Davis Thompson is the one that is able to take away the win here. This was his third time being in the top two in an event. This is his first time winning an event in his career. In the 20 events that he's played on tour, he has 4 top 10s. He turned professional in 2021, but I don't think he played on the PGA Tour. He has. Never mind. He played on the PGA Tour starting in 2021, 2022 was really the first season that he was on the tour. But man, this guy is so great around the greens, and we saw it the entire weekend. I can't wait to see how he plays overseas. I believe he is in the field for the Genesis Scottish Open, and I can't wait for that tournament. Although, let me tell you, with those tee times, I don't know if I'm waking up in time to watch that. In Central Time, where I'm at, it is gonna be 1 a.m. when the guys are first teeing off on Thursday. So. We'll see if I can stay up that late. That's what it is. So I can't wait to look over that and review that after. Probably I'll have to watch the rounds the morning after all of them get played. But we'll see if I'm able to wake up in time for that. But that'll wrap it up for our first segment of the night, talking about Davis Thompson. When I come back from my first break of the night, we'll be talking about the rest of the leaderboard and superlatives as we always do here on the GSMC Golf Podcast.